Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This video is actually still kind of in the summer season, and I wanted to share this video because I remember specifically this day how tired and exhausted I was. Right before this shadow boxing session, I only did 3 rounds of shadow boxing this time. I did around a 3.5 mile run. But I remember my body felt so heavy, I felt so slow, and I was really tired. And you'll see me how tired I was throughout the video. But one thing that I learned was that sometimes if you want to get to where you want to get to, you're gonna have to do the hard things. You're gonna have moments where you're tired and you're just gonna have to push through at times. There is time for rest, absolutely. But there's also times that we just gotta keep pushing and keep pushing. I remember today was one of those days that I needed to push through because I was learning in one sparring session how much my cardio was weak and I need to build my cardio. So I needed to really push myself. During that day, I remember I didn't want to go out to run. And if you guys know me, I hate running with a passion. Running is one of the things I don't enjoy. I think it's extremely boring. But again, if I want to get to where I want to get to, I gotta do the hard things. I gotta do the things that I don't want to do at times. And I think that is a great life lesson. Many times, when we want to get to where we want to get to, we're gonna have to do hard things and we're gonna have to do things that we may not want to. And sometimes getting through those things, we have to focus on the small steps. We all know that getting from A to B is never a straight line. There's hills and valleys, curves and obstacles, roadblocks that we gotta get through. And sometimes it's not the big steps that's gonna take us far, but it's the small steps that's gonna take us far. Because when you put one foot after another, you're gonna see how far you've come when you look back. So throughout today's video, you're gonna see that it was not a good day for me. My body language was slow. If you look at a lot of my footing, it was very off. When you are watching me shadow box, I'm doing about 3 rounds of shadow boxing. You'll notice a lot that my energy is not as high. But this was actually kind of good for me because mentally it was training me to push myself even though when I'm tired. That was the good part. So you'll see me moving around a lot, trying to just stay in movement. However, what you'll also see is that when you see my footing, a lot of times it's not in fighting stance. A lot of times when I'm doing my step backs or when I'm doing my shuffling and all these things, I don't get in my fighting stance, and you'll see my distance between my front and back foot is kind of too close. And I feel like that's something I could work on, because when I do that, that split second will slow me down. That split second would throw off my rhythm, my balance, and all that kind of stuff. So that's something I have to work on, is when I'm doing whether step backs or pivoting or moving through angles, I always get back in. I'm in my fighting stance at all time. And another thing that you'll realize is that when I'm throwing my cross, I'm not planting my back foot. It's just you'll see my foot being dragged around a lot. I'm dragging my foot around a lot, and I'm not extending my cross as much. And I think those are the things that I'm learning. I'm still a beginner. Even after a little bit over a year of boxing, I'm still a beginner. So everything that I'm sharing, I'm not sharing from a perspective of me knowing expertly or anything like that. I'm just sharing what I'm seeing and what I feel like I need to work on. And then of course I have my coach that always tells me certain things. So let me know if you guys notice anything else. I would love to move on to the agility ladder. Even with the agility ladder, you'll see a lot from the far. I don't know if you'll see from the video, but if you see from top bottom, my footing is all messed up, and it's not right. So there are a lot of times I'm doing it slow, because I'm trying to get the right rhythm and flow that's happening. In boxing, your footing is the most important thing. Of course, your punches and your head movements are all important, but your your footing, your legs is one of the most important. If you don't have correct footing, then forget it. You're done in the ring. So you'll see in this video, the agility ladder, that it just looks awkward. It feels awkward because I'm doing a lot of movements and flows that I'm not used to. So I need to train this part of my leg and muscle memory to kind of adjust. So when you see me doing the jab into the squares, you'll see that I'm doing it too quickly. I should have done it more slowly, and I'm moving diagonally, which is not crazy bad, but what I should have done was step in, step out, and then move to the next one, and then step in, step out, and then move next again. Not jab in, out, and then go diagonal in, out. And I say that for myself because that's training my foot, training my muscle to relax, to calm, and to do the footwork correctly. And I think that's important. And you'll see that when I'm doing my jab into the squares, like going diagonal, I'm just bouncing off. I'm not. It just doesn't look correct for me. There's a lot of things I need to correct there. And then when you see me do the jab cross, you'll see the back foot is not planting. It's not planting correctly. I'm not rotating fully too. So that's another thing that I need to work on. And I think part of the reason is because I'm doing it too quickly. So I need to slow down, jab cross, boom, boom. Because boxing is all about your technique. It's all about the rhythm, the flow, and balance. And the technique needs to be on point. So I could have all the amazing, like, flashy looking thing, but if my technique is off, then I'm not gonna get the right power. I'm not gonna get the right distance. And it's just very important. So you'll see me throughout my agility ladder, things that are quite off. And I want it to be, transparent and show these parts of my video too that I'm still learning. I have a lot to learn, actually. So I hope that this was somewhat encouraging for you all, that it's not about being perfect, but it's about growth. It's about learning, and it's about taking each step and learning from the step before and building off from the last step and building to your next step, right? In order for that to happen, it takes growth, it takes failing, it takes learning, seeing what needs to be corrected and what needs to be strengthened. That could be overwhelming at times, and that's why the small steps matter, because those small wins, you'll be surprised how much that becomes a crazy encouragement. I hope that was encouraging, and thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace.